Hey everybody, Derek here to bring you another video for my channel tonight. This one's going to be a little different though. It's not going to be on The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, or Z Nation. Normally I do videos on those subjects, but today I wanted to do a video on something that I saw today, which is another passion of mine, which is Pixar movies. I am a big fan of Pixar. I really enjoy all the movies that they come out with. I think that it's a very unique story blend for adults and children alike that both can enjoy them. And I think that they come out with amazing stories, and I've always looked forward to the next one that's coming out. Obviously, The Good Dinosaur is coming out this November, but obviously, Toy Story is definitely the one that many people look at and think of as one of the greatest animated features that has ever been made. And they've been saying that they're coming out with a Toy Story 4 in 2017. And today they confirmed exactly what the overall plot of that movie is going to be. And it is Woody and Bo Peep as a relationship, romance, love story, which is something that I'm really looking forward to. And I was just so excited that I really wanted to give my thoughts exactly on where I think the story is going to go or what I hope to see. And all other Toy Story Pixar fans out there, if you want to join in on the conversation, absolutely feel free to. I just was very amazed to see what they were going to do because originally, they were saying that Toy Story was not going to be a sequel. Toy Story 4 was not going to be a continuation from the other three movies, and I thought that meant that there was going to be completely new characters. But I'm very glad that they are going to be sticking with Woody, and my hope is that they do include the other cast members in there at some point, which I think that they will. um, Honestly, one of the biggest disappointments for Toy Story 3 for me was, and the only disappointment in my opinion, was that there was no Bo. I really was disappointed to see that and to see how much, Woody was hurting about that. And, you could just tell that different tone throughout the entire movie about how much those toys had lost. And, for Woody to lose Bo, I think was something that was very devastating to him and something that me as an audience member, I was actually secretly hoping that Bo would be at the daycare. Some part of me thought, you know what, maybe Bo is going to be at this daycare. Maybe Lotso Huggin Bears got her, you know, locked up somewhere or being, sent out to go play with the children. I was kind of hoping that she would be there. And when she wasn't, I was very let down. I really think that that would have been interesting. Obviously, it would have definitely made for a very good conclusion for the story to have those two reunited. But, coming into this new movie and seeing Woody and Bo as the center of Toy Story 4, um, it brings me two questions here. One, is it just going to be a flashback story, or is it going to be a little both? Because something that I was thinking about was, going through the entire history of Woody and Bo, I think that, it would involve the other toys. And I think that we would see, Mr. Potato Head and Slinky and Ham, and all of them, would be back. And I think that Buzz would eventually appear in the story at some point, where we can really explore, how Bo came to be there. Did she come later? Which I'm assuming she did because, Andy's younger sister was, younger than him, and she was the one that I think had the, lamp in her room. And it really makes me wonder if that was bought after the little sister was born, and it was something that changed Woody. Something that he was able to, see, something that he was able to, attach onto with Bo, and to see how that story progressed. I think would be amazing. I think we've often wondered, how exactly did these two get together? How did they eventually become an item? And what is the extent of their relationship? Because really, we don't see a lot of that interaction on the screen. All those two Toy Story films that she was in when she did speak, were mostly just little roles. I mean, she really wasn't a central figure that went on missions, did those things. So we really didn't get to see exactly how Woody and Bo interacted with each other. And I think that this is a great thing that they're doing. And if there's a very good story to it, I say do it. Now, the question is, you know, is it just going to be a flashback of them going back to when Andy was a kid and it ends there? Or is it going to be something that progresses even into the present day? And honestly, I'm hoping it's the latter. One of the things that I would really like to see is to see how this relationship formed over time, maybe seeing if there were hard moments in it, things that helped them repair, everything that they were doing, and then to eventually see the day when Bo was given away or sold or whatever happened to her. Um, I would like to see that, and to see what happened. I'm sure that we were all wondering, was she just thrown out? Was she sold? Was she given to somebody else? And is that something that, Woody would know about or know what to do? Because I really often wondered if there was going to be like parallel stories going on where um, it would start in the present day and maybe Woody would, see Jesse and Buzz together and it would make him very sad and upset. And, maybe Buzz would talk to him a little bit or Jesse or some of the other toys, about how Woody would probably be missing Bo. And maybe Woody would be recounting everything that those two went through, leading up to the moment that she was sold, given away, whatever. And maybe having there be a parallel where we also see where Bo is at. I think that would be great, to see where Bo is, maybe to find out that she's not that far away, which would be very amazing. If we found out that Bo Peep is just like a street down in somebody else's house, would be absolutely amazing. And to see these two be reunited, I think is something that a lot of us Toy Story fans have wanted. I wanted it, and I have to admit that's the only bad thing about Toy Story 3, in my opinion. Is I wish there would have been a little bit of resolve there, but I would love to see both perspectives. Some of the perspective from Woody and some of the perspective of Bo, and maybe we do find out that Bo is just down the street, not that far away, and by happenstance, the two end up reuniting by the end of the movie, maybe even during it. I could see that happening. Where the end of the movie really is that the toys end up going somewhere and they find Bo. And it's just an amazing reunion between Woody and Bo Peep. And either, Bo would go back with Woody and the group to Bonnie's house, or they would again not be so far away that they couldn't visit each other every now and then. And I just think that would be an amazing story. I'm really, really happy with what Pixar is doing, finally going back and, in a sense, resolving that story. Because, again, for me, it was a heartbreaking thing to see. I really wanted Bo to be in the movie. I wanted to see her and Woody interact. And when they didn't, it was sad. But I do understand why they didn't, because I feel like, in a way, it would have taken away from the whole point of Toy Story 3. The hardships that the toys have gone through. And I think it really helped overall, as a better pro than a con, to not have Bo involved and to, have various toys gone. Wheezy wasn't there, Lenny the Binoculars, those robots. To see them gone helped illustrate this point of, look, the toys, that's what happens. Toys, you stop being interested in them. Eventually, some of them get sold, and you know what? If the toys are actually alive, which, I mean, obviously they're not, it's a story, but, to them, it's the same like us when we lose friends, when we lose loved ones and they pass on. It's the same thing for them. And I think that not including Bo, even though it was something that was disappointing, I think that it really helped to illustrate that point. And I really think that it did do justice for Toy Story 3. and really had us feeling sad for Woody and the rest of the toys throughout the movie, which you really are feeling. Realizing that kids grow up, the toys aren't played with anymore, and what happens to them? Various things, and thankfully they were able to find a new home. But a lot of toys get thrown out in the garbage, things like that, and they really do go through a hardship in the movies. The way that we see them, and for us as adults, if you're watching it as an adult, you're really seeing a lot of that symbolism there. You really understand the way that that happens, and makes me wonder, how kids interact with that, and how they're thinking when they're watching it. But I tell you, watching it as an adult definitely raised a lot of very good points, and it was a very entertaining movie. And I really can't wait to see what they do with the story. I'm hoping that what I predicted will come true, and it's really great. I'm glad they're doing it. If they have a good story, I say do it. Cars 2, not a good idea. But Toy Story hasn't let us down yet, and I don't think that it will. And I'm very excited to see what they have coming up. So thank you all for watching. I really wanted to do this video. Toy Story was the very first movie that I saw as a young boy in 1995. I was just 5 years old, and it was amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know if you guys want to hear any more. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the new movie, and thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.